Okay, good morning, everybody. We are back for another day of playing some Prowess stuff. Okay, we were playing. I wrote over the mono red version of the deck, but I kind of wish I had it here to show you the differences. I have an updated version up there, but the big thing was, so before we were playing Electrostatic Pummeler over Sprite Dragon, Light of the Stage over Expressive Iteration, Ley Light of the Void over Invasive Surgery in the board. And I started off like I really want to play Invasive Surgery over Leyline. You get added equity with this card against Creativity, where Leyline is really just for the Living End matchup. And I would rather counter the Living End and ideally surgical the Living Ends. I'd rather do that than just like Graveyard Hate Living End and still let them Wrath you when they cascade and then like rebuild after that. So like I started to put like 2 Steam Bits in just for Surgery in the sideboard, right? And then I was like, well, Expressive Iteration is better than Light at the Stage. I'm already splashing blue. Let me play Expressive Iteration over Light at the Stage. And then I'm like, well, I also think Sprite Dragon is better than Electrostatic Pummeler. So let me play Sprite Dragon over Pummeler. And in a lot of ways, it kind of feels like we're back to square one. However, I also don't think I've actually played Underworld Breach in the blue-red Prowess variants. I feel like for the most part with blue-red Prowess, I've been playing Ledger Shredder plus Arclight Phoenix, which is something I've liked. But this is... Oh, sorry. Wait, why is it webcam mic? Hold on. Why would it do that? Why does it change? I didn't change anything. How's that? So, like, I feel like this makes so much sense. Breach has really been the all-star of the mono-red version. And then with a light blue splash, you just get big upgrades to three of your spells. And obviously the mana is definitely a lot more painful, but it's certainly pretty consistent mana at least. So I'm pretty excited for this. I felt for like a long time that there is a good Prowess build available in Modern, and like yeah, I know. Like YouTube's like streaming side. It's like it's so hard to get new people over there. You have to have like a huge existing audience already. No, not the gambling thing. They like so like one thing is like they announced that like the bigger streamers who were getting better revenue splits, who are getting like the 70-30 or 60-40 revenue splits, after they make $100,000 post Twitch, it's going down to 50-50, which I don't make $100,000 on Twitch, and I already have a 50-50 split anyways, so it doesn't affect me at all. But just, you know, board more like the 50-50 split on Twitch is just a joke anyways. It's like by far like the biggest like cut for in favor of the platform that exists on content creation sites. And you know, they always say that it's because hosting live streaming services is super expensive, and like, maybe that is true, but I just always have felt like there's like a way to make it happen, you know. So we are up against Burn here. If they attack, we're trading. I feel like we have to trade. 50% of subscriptions or ads. Subscriptions. The ad revenue is also like not great, but I don't take their ad deals either. Yellow hat. Ba 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 ba. Thank you guys. Starting to get to tune into the Goodbye Harry stream. I saw that you were doing that this morning. It's hard to say. I know YouTube runs at a loss. Yeah, I mean, but it's also like these big companies, like, oh, Twitter runs at a loss, Uber runs at a loss, YouTube runs at a loss. It's just all made up, you know what I mean? Or like in the sense that it doesn't matter that it's run at the loss. It runs. They're forking in. They're raking in tons of cash. You know, it's not like these people, these companies are going broke. It's all money is just made up. It's just, oh, yeah. Oh, poor little Twitch. We're so poor. We're owned by Amazon. We have no money. Just, you know, it's just, it's just a little sus. I don't know. All right, spins Rift Bolt. Companies that say they're running at a loss, they're just evading taxes. It's literally all that means. They're just literally evading taxes. That is the only thing I hear. Tough matchup to mold a 5 in. Is it against TOSS to have a PayPal link directly to streamer to avoid Twitch taking a cut? No. Every streamer has or almost every streamer has a donate button that that you can donate to directly. It's always been there. People here just use it for deck techs. K return for any pro red creature in the sideboard probably makes sense. We go -2 dart, +2 return, maybe -1 dart, -1 crash through. I get 100% of donations. It's always like but it's also like you guys get something out of the subscriptions too. It's like this, like I believe in the idea of the subscription system. Like you get, like if you subscribe, like Amazon takes a cut because they don't show you ads anymore, and you get access to emotes, and you get one more thing from being a subscriber, right? Maybe that's just it. But like the big thing is you get to watch it ad free. I think that makes sense, right? If you're giving money directly to both of us, you get to not watch the ads, and I get a better support. I think that system works. Amazon just takes too big of a cut. They just take too big of a cut. Thank you, Lucy. Also donate to feed the doggos. Yeah, more. Some streamers give access past VODs. Yeah, I like to give that to everybody. Yeah. Oh yeah, you get a shout out, huh? I don't know. Like I do think this system makes sense, and Amazon split's always been too big. And like in theory they make up for their split a little bit because like they give Amazon Prime subscribers like a free subscription, Raffle 3 months, thank you. Why do you run the 4th Harbinger of the Goblin sideboard? In any matchup you want to combo more aggressively, you want it, which is a big range of matchups. I'm honestly like a little surprised more people don't do it. Do I ever like not attack? If I don't attack, it's so obvious I have growth, I guess. Yeah, Amazon's busy busting unions, huh? They can't afford a smaller split. Pinta 7 months. Thank you. I do hope something changes, though. I really hope something changes. Kind of hoping for the best, not expecting the best necessarily. All right, I'm going to try to prioritize not fetch shocking this turn, especially because iteration is a bit better next turn anyways. Thank you, crap, for the 16. How's the sideboard black against the moon since you have no basic island, you board out blue? No, I just bring it in against like Tron and Titan mostly. Mostly Titan. Like Titan's kind of a bad matchup, so I'm like I think that in my philosophy with like linear decks like this is always that I really want like super efficient sideboard cards, hedging against bad matchups, and matchups that I think are fine. I'm like pretty likely to just like not have much of a sideboard plan for. And Titan is a matchup I perceive to be bad. Magus has some splash damage against like Living End and Tron, obviously, but it's mostly just for those matchups. Okay, I mean, I guess I'm going to flashback Dart if they burn this. Will I play DMU Lich Phoenix this stream? Probably not this stream, no. Okay, that is not a very, very scary deflecting palm. Probably means they have another one, though. YouTube has 70/30, but you don't give a shit? Are you talking to me that I don't give a shit? Because I would make less money if I went to YouTube right now. It's not that I don't give a shit. It's that if I went to YouTube, my Twitch subscribers would not all come to YouTube and subscribe the same. I imagine a lot of people would. I would make less money right now if I switched to YouTube. That's the reality. I misread that. Oh, but don't give you shit. Okay. Well, it wouldn't be an aspiring Spike stream if I didn't misread something. I mean, I didn't even ask. Like, I'm like, are you talking to me? I don't see anybody else here. Yeah, must be talking to me. All right, so this is 7 plus 6. That's 13. Any lightning bolts? Yeah, I just misread it. No, opponent, please. Please. Okay, opponent's at 6. Top card is Swiftspear. Okay, so I go Jegantha in hand. Fetch down to 10, take 4 down to 6. That was such a brutal path, what can I say? Jegantha will save us. Should move Doomwake and some other homies and sort of streamer house. I would hate that, to be honest. But I guess that's it. I would hate that. I don't know. I like my privacy, I guess. Wow, only attacking a goblin guy. That's playing so scared. They're playing the second Eidolon with my Jegantha? Now they just lose. They literally just lose. Yeah, you just live with your coworkers 24/7. They just can't cast another spell. I'm just gonna not do anything till I find Sprite Dragon, right? I guess so. If they attack with one Eidolon, what do I do? I don't know. Dude, Jegantha's so good. Opponent just looking at their life total now for the first time. I just block, right? Okay, Searing Blaze, dead Jegantha. So I just cast... I have Delirium, so I just cast Channeler and win. I block Goblin Guide. They can't cast any spells. I go to 1 if they attack with both. Dude, games with Eidolon are so fun. Oh, I think I told this in Doom's chat. I don't think I said this in my stream, but I was playing my Pioneer RCQ. I'm over here mulling to 5, stumbling and selves losing. I look over. This mono red player has 3 Eidolons in play. This mono red player has 3 Eidolons in play, and he's playing against mono white, who's just casting. He's casting spell waiting. The mono red player says nothing. Cast spells waiting. Mono red player says nothing. I swear I saw this mono red player miss like 20 Eidolon triggers over the course of the match, and the mono red player won easily. It wasn't close. It like wasn't close. His opponent was reminding him about Eidolon on his own spells. Own spells dealing damage. Opponent spells dealing no damage. The mono red player, it was not close. The mono red player destroyed the mono white player. But missed like 20 damage or like 40 damage from Eidolons. It was insane amount of triggers. There's 3 Eidolons in play in one game, and then I saw more missed triggers in another game. And I'm over here. This is Pioneer. I'm just over here like rolling to 5. My else players like Coco? Double shower to the pack? Okay. Let's keep this. Kind of a risky hand for sure. Ooh. Okay, so I think if I see a land on top, I have to not shuffle. I know they were like they were taking damage and they just weren't remembering. It was crazy. I've never seen anything like it. How would that work at the end if they miss the triggers? Cannot happen. So like once the game passes the trigger, it's just missed, you know. It's just missed. So I think I'm trading again here. I have Delirium now. Mr. Donut with a question tag. I am between 4 color with binding and ban Coco for 2 RCQs this weekend. What do you think would be the best in a very diverse field? I think both would be fine. I would say that I would probably be. I think 4-color is really good, at least in my local RCQ scene, though, where people, like, just for the most part, don't like playing the decks that are good against it. I also think Leyline Binding is a huge upgrade to 4-color, and my opponent says feels bad, man. I'm not sure what they're referencing with that. When would I suggest to someone play this deck over Murktide? If they're, like, interested in playing good decks, probably. I don't know. That's a bit hyperbolic, but I'm not of the opinion that Murktide is, like, a particularly good deck right now. Okay, top card is Channeler. I think I'm just taking 7 and casting K Return. I think I cast K Return on their turn, though. Play around another Goblin Guide or Swiftspear. Like, I don't know. Like, I think this deck's really good. It's very different from Blue-Red Murktide, though. It's like a completely different archetype, so I don't know that there's, like, a heuristic I can give you for playing this deck over Murktide, but I will say it's just kind of like apples and oranges, in my opinion. I'm trying to figure out the matchup spread, but I just feel like the deck keeps being, like, super powerful, just doing its thing, and I'm liking this archetype a lot. Well, I know they're the same colors, but, like, you know, one is a red deck splashing blue, one is a blue deck splashing red. 1 damage Searing Blaze. Okay, so we're dead to 2 1-mana burn spells. They're just passing. They're just passing. Okay. I mean, we're just... Oh, I think we're going to draw this game. I think they're going to Deflecting Palm draw the game with me. I don't have any way to play around it, but that's fine. You never draw a game before? I predict a draw. I have to like go for lethal here, obviously, though. I don't have like a line. One of the, like, worst feelings of Magic is, like, just, like, knowing what's gonna happen, but having to walk into it anyways. Although draw is better than loss. Yeah, kind of, somewhat. I don't know how little known this fact is, but Magic is actually not. Wait, hold on. Maybe I can get these up to 5 power and still have lethal. This is currently 11. If I can dart them down to 12, and this would be 13. Yeah, okay, never mind. I'm not actually drawing. I assumed it just would be. Although, yeah, my plan was to bauble like 3 times here. My plan was just to bauble like 3 times. So I don't think I ever play around the 3rd copy of Path to Exile. Although here's the thing too. If they have Deflecting Palm, I lose, like, with this line, right? If I attack like this, they Deflecting Palm, they just kill me with any burn spell. So I need to just bauble. Say if they have Palm, we draw. If you don't have Palm, I win. Yeah, with the Helix on top, definitely true. I'm assuming that we're gonna have enough. Yeah, we just have to get these mages up to 9 power. Sorry, little known fact: Magic is actually not best of 3. It's first to 2 wins. So if anybody draws, where you play a game 4. Doesn't come up very often in Magic, though. Oh, I do need to keep Delirium, though. Hold on. Which is actually maybe going to be difficult. Oh, I should have bobbled myself. Hold on. Yeah, I should have bobbled myself. Sorry. But I'm going to keep enchantments. Oh, no, I should have bobbled myself. So I need land, instant, creature, which is very likely. Okay. Yeah, I should just look. See what the top card was to know what to not delve away. These breach lines are too big brain for a red player. Okay, so now if they Deflecting Palm, we draw. If you don't have Deflecting Palm, we win. If yeah, okay. Anybody seen a draw on Magic Online before? Good game. It's a draw. Not a super common line of text. Sideboard. I have never seen this before. Sideboarding for game 4. They're on the play again, right? They're on the play again. They were just on the play. His hand's probably too bad on the draw, right? Against Burn. So bad against Eidolon. So bad against a turn 1 creature. Have to mulligan. His hand also really bad. Probably have to keep on 6. Hope it improves. Yeah, I don't really... Going to 5 is just like... conceding. Okay. So Spirit Bauble, I guess. Why game 4? The last game ended in a draw due to deflecting palm. Okay, they have Core Firewalker on top. I did bring in Kozilek's Return, though, to answer it. They might not have a second red. Oh, they do. Second white. Yeah, just get to game 5, huh? There's a okay, there's a known another known deflecting palm, huh? Thank you, Goblin Guide. Goblin Guide! Damn you, Goblin Guide. 16 lands, by the way. Kozilek's Return, please. This would be the juiciest Kozilek's Return of all time. Please. What is wrong with me? Why does this happen to me so often? I just feel so cursed lately. I feel so freaking cursed lately. I just... I'm playing 16 lands! This happens so often. I'll take... If I just draw Kozilek's Return, I'll take it, though. Although it's probably too late now. Woo! Theoretically, you can go draw, win, one round. Yeah. The match just continues until the clock runs out or someone who wins 2 matches. Was watching Will and saw Bontu's Last Reckoning. I wonder if you think it could be playable 2 mana. Bontu's Last Reckoning has seen some modern play at 3 mana. At 2 mana, definitely hard to evaluate. We're getting folked. Merfolked. I think I just want to keep this on top and then go Channeler Swiftspear next turn. Does the other... No, so if you draw, whoever was on the play for the last game is on the play again. It's a bit weird. I'm not too scared of this Tide Shaper. Let's get the Sprite Dragon down. And I think I'm going to start Flashback Darts, get a lot of pressure going. Have an iteration for next turn. Growth is fine. I think I'm going to graveyard it though. Get an instant back in the yard for Channeler. 0.066%. Yeah, that's crazy. 0.061%. 61. Yikes. And the next draw also could have been a land. We didn't even check. Did it stop on my draw step? I guess it was bound to happen with the amount that I play, though, right? Okay, so they let me get an extra counter here by waiting until main phase. I think I have to graveyard this, just because if the chances of me not finding land are too high. Still no Delirium. There we go. Thoughts on this first Mara? It's too soon to tell. It's maybe a little too soon to tell. But I do feel like just all like every single blue card I'm playing feels like an almost direct upgrade to the red cards I was playing instead. Wait, this chair is too low. So I'm liking it at least. I think it like makes sense. Just dead to the Flyers. That was it. The second Sprite Dragon. Good enough for them. Do I even bring in Kozilek's Return on the draw against? Oh, there's Lucy. As soon as I. Oh, they opened the door themselves? Or was that you, Esther? Still, think of the 3 months. Appreciate you. You can play Blessing. I like Blessing less in this version because you have so much pain already. Yeah, I think Return on the Draw seems bad. I agree. I think we play 1 Shattering Spree over 1 Breach. Hey, Lucy. Come here. Eat a chair. Yeah, good girl. Good Lucy. Thank you still for the 3 months. Okay, Lucy, watch the stream. I'm going to use the restroom real quick. Lucy, come on. You have a chair? No. Last night we were playing D&D. And we brought the chair downstairs for Lucy to sit in. She loves the chair. Which is good because we bought it for Athena initially, but it's like a little too small for Athena. But it's a good fit for Lucy. I'm going to keep this. Keep this. Where do they go? I think Balmore is like the most overrated card I've ever seen, maybe. I think Balmore is like a fine pioneer consideration if you are looking for a blue-red Prowess shell with wizard synergies. I think Balmore is like reasonable for those requirements. I think that Balmore does not have a home in Modern, and I think it's just, like, in general, a somewhat win more card. Okay, so usually I go Mage, and then Swiftspear, then Channeler. Although this game I might go Swiftspear Crash Through into Channeler Manamorphose. We'll see. Awesome, Chris. Glad you like that deck. I like it too. It's very fun. We're not Blessing. I think that the mono red list can play Blessing because its mana is much less painful. This deck's mana is painful enough that I'm like a lot less interested in Blessing. You're also, you know, like a little more threat heavy because you have the like 1 more creature. So you could play it. You could play it. Shrub 2 blue. Yeah, I think Shrub is 2 blue. I'm definitely thinking of the blue as a splash in this deck. Wow, targeting the Channeler. That does play around Mutagenic Growth the best. I'll still get them pretty good here. Just zero mana, counter your 2/2, deal you 2 damage. Or 3 damage? Not sure how you want to slice it. we'll start off with this. Likely gonna be a win this turn. I've been playing against Merfolk a lot lately. Obviously, got a new card, which is pretty interesting. It does really feel like every time I play against Merfolk, the matchups the decks I've been playing, I felt very good against it. Although I guess I have played a lot of elves this week, huh? I think I should be darting. I mean, if my opponent Vials and a Lord, it just doesn't matter. What are your thoughts on this versus red-white prowess? I just, like, what do you want to be white? What do you want to have prismatic ending? You like red-white prowess was a conversation when Luris was legal, but Luris is not legal anymore. I think there's like basically nothing that makes you want to be white instead of blue. Why do you have to dart now? Just more prowess triggers. I guess we can just go to attacks instead, but if my opponent's plan here is to Violate the Lord, like this is still getting shrunk by the Soul-Scar Mage. They're chump blocking anyways. Just think it's fine. I guess against the Hexcatcher, I actually graveyard that. Favored Hoplite? What? That's a hero. Oh, sorry. Are we talking about when we say Boros Prowess? Are we talking about the heroic deck, or the pump spell deck? Because that's like really different. Like I almost like view those to be like a little bit of a different archetype, but the Lumimancer deck. That being said, sideboard, I guess. I mean, people like it's kind of a meme at this point that like, oh, white has a good sideboard. Like white sideboard is like not meaningfully more impactful than any other color sideboard at this point. Yeah, we need a Sky Rift. Alright, new matchup. So if I see like Bauble on top, I'll cast the Iteration, but just Channeler. I'll just cast the Channeler, and not gonna throw the dart out just yet. Black Cyber cards, maybe Black Cyber cards are like a little worse than other colors, but it's all very close. It just depends on the deck too. You know what I mean? Do I still do a bunch of decks? I haven't done one in a while. I've been kind of meaning to. It's not on my list of things to do this week though. Yeah, Lucy actually trimmed some of the, or chewed up some of the trim the other day, but we told her it wasn't something she was supposed to do, and she seems to be listening. Yeah, you could play the Storm Tracer Jake with that white card, but it's just 2 mana is just so much. But that being said, like I always felt like Div Magus Elemental was the worst card in this deck, where it was like really insane with Ground Rift, but kind of weak otherwise, and I think one cool thing about Favored Hoplite is like a big part of this deck is actually just lava darting your own creatures for 2 prowess triggers for 1 mana, which is really good with Virtuoso. You get to bend this for value. But like what's cool is that Favored Hoplite prevents that damage. So like, the combat math's not going to be a problem. What was the record first league? I think it was 1-2. The deck was definitely, I feel like, this is one of those days today where I've been like really happy with this deck so far. Oh boy. It's been, I feel like the games have all been really close and we've been winning, or the deck has been feeling really powerful and we've been losing some close games. And on days like today where like things are chugging along pretty well and I'm feeling good, I usually prefer this to like running good with a bad deck, if that makes sense. Okay. Flyer is very important in this matchup. I think I'm just going to go Swiftspear post-combat and then set up for lethal next turn. We also have Athena, but she's just off to the side. Very interesting to see Electro Dominance into Footfalls. Wonder if we're gonna get restore balanced here. Maybe getting a little fun raveled. It's okay. Oh, I have a mountain in the yard already. I guess I'm shocking anyways, because this Mutagenic Growth is going to like be dealing myself lethal anyways. Okay, so if I Lava Dart the Teferi, I have a little bit more flexibility, and I still have lethal. I think this is fine. The Channeler also maybe lets me dig for another Lava Dart for a little bit extra damage this turn. It does feel like we're going all in. So right now I'm attacking for 5, 6, 7. So this is lethal. And then if they have Solitude, we'll adjust accordingly, but we'll see, we'll see. Do think I'm supposed to graveyard any non-Lava Dart card here, though. Miss lethal? Huh? You can't tell me I miss lethal and I'm still attacking here, huh? Chat lethal in its finest form. Invasive Surgery is probably pretty good against them, huh? Why do you always play around Solitude? In spots where I have lethal, 100%, my opponent's tapped out, it is always correct to think about what you could lose to. Solitude, Force of Negation, you need to think about what you could lose to and if you can play around it, right? I do it because there's literally no reason not to. Let's do something like this at the draw. Definitely going to bring in the second breach on the play. I prefer just to jam more fun. Well, you can do that on your stream. I'm going to try to play as best as I can. Yeah, people have been talking about Balmore all morning. I think Balmore is not very good. In Pioneer Prowess, I think Balmore is more playable in Pioneer. It has a lot of synergy with Young Pyromancer. It's a wizard, so it can let you play Wizard's Lightning and maybe Retort. But like Balmore is also like not a more powerful card in Pioneer than Ledger Shredder, Young Pyromancer, or Sprite Dragon. Maybe even not more powerful than Electrostatic Infiltree in Pioneer. Okay, so I think I'm gonna go Dart here, 3 power, Mutagenic Growth here. GPM, take the 10 months. Appreciate you. I think Balmore is like fine, reasonable Pioneer. Balmore is like not close to being good enough for Modern, in my opinion. Although I do feel like Izzet players are like just so. They just can't help themselves, and they see a 2-mana creature that says whenever you cast it, instant or sorcery. And, I'm not any better about that, but y'all just cannot help yourself. We've been getting the issue with Fable the Mirror Breaker. When you do the Chapter 2 discard the same 2 cards, you don't get to draw any. This is the second time this week. I'm actually so sad. Is there like a Narset on the other side of the field? Sounds like there might have been like a Narset on the other side of the field. Really good restore balance. Empty board. I haven't heard of that issue before. I'm not sure what's going on with it. I mean, Restore Balance Electro Dominance has been a thing in Modern for a really long time. I personally haven't seen it forever, but it's been a thing. Maybe a little underplayed. Favorite utility land from original Innistrad block. I always liked the green-black one. I played it in a EDH deck back in the day. Man, I would love to get the Channeler in play before breaching. I feel like breach is probably more important. Although, oh, let me actually, no, yeah, let's go. Yeah, let's go Mountain, Channeler, Breach. Graveyard every card, especially that one though. Into Swiftspear. Swiftspear, and then just go really in on Mutagenic Growth. We might be able to get them. We can cast 4 more Mutagenic Growths and flashback some darts here. Dart is +1 card in the graveyard with the Channeler in play. Dude, Breach is just like... it's just the whole deck, I guess. It's just so nuts. So many like random wins with it out of nowhere. So this is currently 11 power. I think if this doesn't work, you know, this doesn't work, right? Bam. These poor dogs are so tired. Ooh, glimpse. Well, I'm glad to have so many invasive surgeries. Am I bolting this plant token? I think so. Yeah, I was petting the other dog. Athena's on the floor over there. So I think I'm saving the Bauble for next turn. Dude, yeah, Lucy's tail is waggling so hard all the time. Yes, Lucy, Goosey. Lucy, Goosey. Yeah. Dude, Lucy just fits into the family so well. She's just like... She's been playing with Athena a lot. They've been getting along really well. She's like, you know, just like super friendly and calm and sweet. Just the perfect addition. Just a good girl. I guess if I had saved the bolt and was bolting this turn, we're dealing with Xaxes, but also if they just like can't glimpse for very much, I think that that's fine also. I'm going to save the growth. I don't know if that's correct, but they do play Fury. Yeah, I guess we do both have Scalding Tarn on top, huh? Wait, they're glimpsing end of turn? Why would they glimpse end of turn? Why would they not want more permanence in play? Are they not glimpse? Are they just rhinos with Colony Garden? No, they are glimpse. They didn't... What? They just don't cast it. What am I missing? Why would they do that? I guess another Cascade in hand. I've never seen that before though. It's so weird. They have to hit super well here too. Like they're just like very likely to die. Fuck. I think that qualifies. Yeah, that'll do it. That'll do it. Golly. Yeah, most of the glimpse lists are just kind of like more value. We haven't seen that version in a long time. Invasive Surgery got to be very good in this matchup. I'm going to be going down on 2 breaches, 1 dragon, 1 crash through. I've been doing this a lot when I bring in for surgeries. Although to be fair, like when I thought they punted, I mean I do still think they punted, but whatever. Ooh, there's our surgery. Although, like, to be fair, I think like the regular version of Glimpse like probably would not have won from that spot, which is interesting. Or the more standard version. Lucy emote win. Oh no, actually, well, okay. So I played D&D with my emote artist last night, but they're just like so incredibly busy. They have a new baby, and they're like they bought a house. It's like a little bit of a fixer upper. So, like I commissioned like a bunch of emotes like right before they moved in, and she's still like working on those. It takes some time. Like that was the first time they've been even able to make D&D in like 2 months, a month, probably 1 month. Yeah. They brought their baby over, and it was very cute. Athena is like so sweet and gentle with the baby, which is funny because Athena is like not sweet and gentle with most things, but she's being very, very careful and like saying hi to the baby. But Lucy was like so actively jealous of the baby. She was so jealous of the baby. It was really funny. She's like, I'm the baby. Okay, let's go Swiftspear Mutagenic Growth to try to surveil into a land. Don't think I was supposed to upkeep Bolt. But we do have Delirium now, so if we can Glimpse, Invasive Surgery on Glimpse, I'm feeling pretty good. Is Surgery a new card? I like to play it in Prowess a lot, where I think the Prowess is like... Two of the things I always feel like it suffers against are these sort of spell-based combo strategies. And so like Cascade decks and creativity and like Surgery is very good against both of those strategies. Let's keep the Bolt on top though. Should take a whole turn off the clock. Or is actually just lethal next turn, right? Yeah. To see some of their list here. They did bring in Dispute. I think this is the first time on stream I've ever gotten somebody with the Surgery, though. I've played them a decent amount, but... Feels good. Seems to be a very good card of the matchup. And it's just like a lot better against like them going like, Cascade Spell into Cascade Spell, obviously. But maybe Flusterstorm's better. Yeah, all those Disputes and Forces. Opponent's also on 64 cards. You can also bring in Flusterstorm against Burn. It's definitely a bit more versatile. But the thing is, like, I think that Surgery is like a lot better against Creativity. Where I've played Flusterstorm against Creativity and just like they just get to pay for it so often. It's like just not that hard for them to pay for it. Okay, so this hand does not have an Invasive Surgery, but is pretty fast. Although I maybe just can't win this matchup without an Invasive Surgery, right? Like, this hand is not a definite turn 3 win. But I'm pretty likely just to die if they Cascade on turn 3. I think I'm going to mulligan. It's also just a one-lander, right? There's Invasive Surgery. Not likely to be Delirious, but... Opponent mulls to 4. Yeah, I agree. I think the Burn matchup's pretty bad, even if we do have Flusterstorm. And I do think that that's like a real point to playing mono red is the Burn matchup, but at least at the time of making this comment, I don't think that Burn is so popular that I'm like wanting to make like huge deck decisions based on that. I think I'm gonna get Mountain over Steam Vince here, where maybe like me getting Mountain like solidifies in their brain that I don't have the counter spell. And I only really need 1 blue source anyways. I'm gonna bolt the Garden though end of turn. Test of Talents. I mean, the thing about Test of Talents, it just costs 2 mana instead of 1 in a deck with 16 lands, and in a deck that is pretty good at getting Delirium. So I think if my opponent has Dispute, they're somewhat likely to dispute my Iteration. Okay, which they don't do. I'm not playing the Swiftspear. Breach is definitely fine. I have another Iteration in hand. I guess I could take the Breach. I do have 4 Steam Vents in the deck, right? Yeah, I have 4 Steam Vents. Not sure what the list is. I think Fiery Island is such a trap in this list with this Underworld Breach version where, like, one, your mana is already really painful. You're playing 4 Mutagenic Growths anyways, but you don't want to lose your lands in the mid game because you want to have as much mana in play as possible when you finally Underworld Breach, and you're gonna Underworld Breach too. Because you have so much selection, you have 4 Expressive Iteration. Iteration's also not a card that makes you want to sack your lands very often. And you're also only playing 16 lands, so that's like to some extent a factor. Okay, I think I'm gonna wait a turn on the... Oh, I guess I could even like try to pay for Dispute, but like I don't know. They've got 3 cards. They clearly don't have another like color source. I think that even if their hand is Cascade Spell Dispute and they draw a blue source, good for them. Ooh, Awakening. Yeah, it's also not a mountain in your Lava Dark deck. True, I'm not running Breach for that reason. Yeah, and what I'm telling you is like Breach is so much better than Fiery Island. It's unreal. Breach is like, it's unreal how much better it is. Okay, so I think I like this turn. Just attack with Channeler. Play Soul-Scar Mage, and then I have the ability to Surgery and pay for Dispute. I miss your Mono Red Splash Breach Infantry deck. That was a good one. This is that deck, but an upgrade, I think. That's the whole point. Yeah, I am going to SCG Dallas in October. I guess I probably need to like register, but I am planning to go, yeah. I am planning to go. Okay, land is actually really nice, surprisingly. But I can cast either of these spells and still leave up the ability to pay for Dispute. Would I play Breach over Islet and Burn? Not in Burn, no. You need DRC, I think, to some extent, but it's a lot better in Prowess, yeah. Like, it's very mana intensive in Burn. Burn is like a higher mana curve deck by a lot. Force Pitch on Missions, okay, that's fine. I mean, I really feel like at this point, really what I'm still losing to is Cascade Spell plus Dispute, so it feels like if I just play patiently, we're going to be in good shape here. And the next turn I can play the Iteration without, losing that. Yeah, Surgery is for both Cascade Spells and also Creativity. And, like, the reason why I like Surgery more than Flusterstorm is Creativity just, like, they just pay for Flusterstorm, like, a gross amount of time. What? No! No! Oh, man. How... No! Fuck. Do we just play Flusterstorm instead? There's no way that this... There's no way that this, like, makes me just play Flusterstorm instead, right? Oh, my gosh. This has been the funniest league I've ever played, like the draw with the bird match. Surgery that you can only Surgery sorceries, that's an instant. Yikes. Yikes. I think I'll put back the Lava Dart here. Yeah, we drew against Burn because they Deflecting Palm. It's pretty fun. Maybe Flusterstorm is better. I think Binding and Shadow Prophecy was worth an Esper Reanimator deck. I think I like Binding is good in that deck. I don't like Shadow Prophecy over Muldrifter and Unmarked Grave in the Archon version. However, I do like it a lot in the Goryo's version. And now we're just playing in Serum Visions. I don't know what's happening. Weird league, dude. Yeah, Deflecting Palm calls a draw if you deal them lethal damage at the same time Palm deals you simultaneous lethal damage. Maybe a 3-1 split. Yeah, maybe. I've done a split in the past. I think I'll play a league with the Flusterstorms after this. Because we also played against Calibrated Blast too, and like that was also a matchup where like the Flusterstorms would have been a lot better. As random as all this is. Yeah, it does look like we're playing against Gift Storm here. Very funny league. I can keep a land, I think. Easy graveyard that though. Okay, hand bottom exile. Probably have lethal here actually. Definitely gonna bolt them. Yeah, I mean this is just gotta be lethal. Yeah, don't even need the dart. Not sure what they could have. Repeal doesn't get me. Dude, I love Prowess. Just so fun to play. Invasive Surgery, also like way worse than Flusterstorm. Just getting all of like the random spots through the Breach, Calibrated Blast, and now Storm as well. Like legitimately doesn't seem worth bringing in. All their cards are instants for the most part, with the exception of like Wish. Oh, I guess Pass and Flames is pretty good to counter. I'll play like 3. Does the draw count as winner's loss? We lost the match. So Magic games are actually not best of 3, although they usually are. But a real match of Magic is first person to 2 wins. So we were 1-1, then we drew, and then we have to play because nobody's had two game wins yet. I think I have to go 5. Yeah, I have to go to 5, or should go to 5. Keep this one. I think I'm just putting back both growths. Yeah, the rituals are instant. That also happens in paper. Yeah, it happens in paper. That is how Deflecting Palm works. It deals the damage at the exact same time that combat damage is dealt. I know it's like weird, but it is how it works. Ooh, it's actually a really good draw. Dude, my opponent's missing their second land drop again. Although they had Serum Visions consider. I was playing against Hammer with Bankoko. I had 2 snow lands on the field, a Coco in hand, and they had Hushbringer. I had 2 ice things off when got him. Yeah, I beat Hushbringer the other day too. Feels nice when you do. It doesn't happen, you know, most of the time though. Okay, so graveyard that for Delirium. Another Invasive Surgery on top doesn't seem worth drawing. I don't think we'll need 2. But I'll just do this to have the 2-turn clock. Sprite Dragon's been really good today. I feel I like it a lot. This version feels really like a great home for it. All right, they're still playing. They might have like a Braid or Lightning Bolt. So to play around that, I think I just bolt them. I guess I keep this on top also. So if they have an answer to the Sprite Dragon, then I can try to go Iteration, find a land, bolt them. That might be worse than just holding up Surgery, but I think it's probably better. Yeah, it's probably a bit better. Yeah. That was the fastest match of the league. Let's do a league with Flusterstorms over Surgeries though. I think if the 2 losses that league, both of the matches would have been. One of the matches would have almost definitely been a win if they were Flusterstorms, and the other one they would have been better, Burn and against Through the Breach. So I feel like that makes sense to me. I called this just Blue Red Prowess. That was the name. I don't see it.